Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be reviewing, doing a tutorial and doing a versus comparison video on the new Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette. Yes, that's right, the remastered palette, I said it. I am going to be showing you guys the old Rose Gold and the new Rose Gold. I am going to be trying both these palettes out on my eyes. One is going to be on one eye, so the older one is going to be on one eye, and the newer one is going to be on the other eye. Can you guess which palette I have used on what eye? Can you? Can you? And the highlight on my face, is it an eyeshadow or is it a highlight? If you want to see, you're going to have to keep watching this video. But look, look at that highlight though. I'll be showing you guys these two palettes, the differences, if there are any differences, maybe slight differences. So, just to briefly show you, this is the box that the new Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette came in. Absolutely beautiful. This is the palette itself. Again, absolutely beautiful. I'm loving it. Look at that hologram. It's like, oh, shimmer, oh, shimmer, oh, shimmer. It literally looks insane. I'm loving it. Guys, we got a mirror. We got a mirror. These are the shadows in the palette. This is the little protector that comes in the palette as well. It's literally beautiful. I love this photo. It's just insane. So this is the old Rose Gold palette. You can see through it. It's like quite flimsy. It's quite light. It's very light compared to the new one actually. And these are the shadows. So again, they are very similar, but they're not. Well, all the shades are very similar. Some of the eyeshadows actually have the same shade in both palettes, but some have been like altered a little bit and some are new shades. So yeah, if you guys want to see my review on the new palette and see which one was better, the new one or the older one, then keep watching this video. If you want to see how these shadows performed, how the mattes were, how the shimmer was, if it was blinding, if it wasn't, if it was glam, if it was glitter, or whatever, then keep watching this video. Before you go anywhere though, freeze, stop, don't move. I want you to subscribe to my channel. That's right. Subscribe. I'm going to start and get into the video. On one eye, we are going to do the old Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, and on the other eye, we're going to do the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette. I am going to create the same look so that we can see if there's a difference, if one's better, if the shadows are better, if they blend better, if they work better. So we're going to do that as well. So this is the palettes here. As you can see, we've still got the black. We've still got the red, the brown, the transitional shades, the gold shimmer, the pink shimmer, the brown shimmer. We still do have quite a few of the colours, the pink shimmer, the pink as well. There is only slight differences, and some of the shades have just been like moved around a little bit. So on my right side, I am going to use the beautifully new Remastered palette, and on my left side I'm going to be using the older Rose Gold palette. So the first shade that I'm going to go in with is called Sandalwood, and it's the shade here. I honestly can't wait to try this. Okay. Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay, that's got a lot of pigment to it. And that's just supposed to be a transitional shade. Okay. I'm going to try and blend that out. One thing I'm noticing already is it's blending really nice and effortlessly. And very, 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 very pigmented. Like, a lot of pigment. Okay, so on my left side, my left eye, I'm going in with the old Huda Beauty palette. Again, this one's blending really nicely. So the new palette is a lot deeper, the old palette is a lot more subtle, but it did blend in really nicely as well. I wasn't having any problems with it. I'm trying to make sure the same colour is in each palette before I go in with it. So the next shade I'm going to go in with is called Henna. And I'm just going to put this underneath my transitional shade just to deepen it up slightly. Look how rich that looks. Like the pigment, it just looks so rich. And on my left side, going in the same colour, but with the older palette. Okay, already one thing I'm noticing on this side, when I picked it up my brush, put it on my eye, and blended it. It blended out a lot further than what this one has. This one has sort of just stayed here in my socket, and it hasn't blended all the way out. So I'm gonna have to dip back into that. So my right eye is a lot deeper. So the new side, I've picked it up about twice. The older eyeshadow side, I've went into that pan like 3 or 4 times, and it's still not as strong as the new side. So already I'm definitely seeing a difference. Even this side, when I'm blending the edges out, the colour is staying so strong. On this side, when I blend it out, I feel like it's like weakening the colour slightly. Next shade I'm going to go in with is called Cocoa, and this is the new side. I'm just going to use this on my outer V. This one's definitely very pigmented. Look at that. I'm actually just loving how these shadows are blending together. Like, it's not streaking, it's not going patchy. They're blending so beautifully together. And for the old palette side, liking that side as well. However, the new side is a lot richer still. Like, I just feel like this one's blended out so nicely compared to this one. This one just got so much more colour to it. It's like so much richer. Whereas this one is just not as strong. Spotlight eye or cut crease. See, there's a shade in here that I really wanted to use, which is Bubbly, but it's not on the other palette. However, we do have Moon Dust. Now to go in with a shimmer. I really want to see what it looks like without concealer. So we're going to go in with Moon Dust. I'm going to use a brush for this, see how it works on a brush. If not, we will go in with my finger after. So new palette side. Okay. Okay, that's really pretty. Are you seeing that pigment, guys? You're seeing how pigmented that is. Only thing with this is it applies nicely with the brush, but when I'm blending it out, it lightens up so the pigment doesn't stay. Like, as soon as I put it on, it's so pigmented, but I blend it out and it loses some of that pigment. I'm not finished that eye yet, but I'm just going to see what Moon Dust looks like on this side. And again on a brush. Okay, so even on this side, it does look nice. Only thing is they're the same shade, but this one's a lot more shimmery and a lot more pigment. We're going to use the finger now. So, Moon Dust, it feels so nice. I'm just gonna... Okay. Okay. That is super pigmented. Only thing I hate about using my finger is it kind of goes everywhere. Like, it doesn't keep it nice and neat. Okay, these feel like so like creamy. They feel like butter, like doing that and it just feels like butter. Now main dust on this side. Again, it has a lot of pigment. It's just not that shimmery. It's like quite a bland shade, whereas this one is like, oh, pigment. Just not feeling that one as much. I just like the glowing and the shimmer of this one more than that. This one's more subtle. This is more of like a subtle day look. This is more like a subtle night look. This is like the glam that the old palette was missing. I'm gonna come closer so that you guys can see what they both look like up close and personal. So as you can see, the right eye is a lot more shimmery and so much more pigment. And the left eye is more subtle and not that much pigment to it. Still beautiful, but this eye is just like popping way much more. Okay guys, so that is the eye look complete. I'm gonna quickly go away, do my lashes, face, and then come back and give you my final thoughts on both of these palettes. Hey guys, so I'm back. I have finished my face. I've also, under my eyes, I went in this, with the same shades that I did on top to start with on the bottom. And the new side is looking a lot more sharper than the older side. A lot more richer, so much more colour, so much more pigmented. I'm definitely seeing a difference in this palette, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really glad that I got it. When I first saw that she had done the exact same palette, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This is just the same palette that you've released. I was like, what? Why? But now I understand why. I'm so glad that she did it. The formulas, the mattes, the textures, the pigment to this palette compared to the older one is so much better. I was literally just thinking, I'm going to be using this palette every single day. Like, I just want to use this palette all the time. It is beautiful. It is really nice. Like, I'm really liking those shadows, how it's blended together so nicely. Compared to the other side, it's just blended together so nicely and so beautifully. I'm loving it. What I want to do is go in with Moon Dust again and just put this in my inner corner. It's so pigmented. Oh, the other palette. See, look at that compared to that. That hardly does anything. Whereas this side is literally popping. It's so weird how it's like, but just not got the pigment. Just look, it's not building anything up. It's just not building it up at all. That's we went into it 3 times. And it's just not doing anything. It just looks quite ashy, like quite powdery and ashy. It doesn't look nice at all. Whereas this side has literally just looked amazing. I'm just going to add this side over here so that it looks... Okay, so the shade Bubbly in the new palette that I really wanted to try, this one on the end here, I really wanted to try it, but it's not on the new palette. I'm going to use it to highlight. That's right, highlight. Ooh. Okay, that looks really nice as a highlight. Let me... Okay, that looks beautiful. Look at that highlight. Who would have thought using a shimmer eyeshadow as a highlight would look so poppin'? Look at that as a highlight. It looks beautiful. Hands down, loving it. Absolutely loving it. Huda Beauty, you done it. You improved it. You made it something amazing. Compared to the old one, this is literally beautiful. I mean, the older one, don't get me wrong, I did like it. I just didn't like how it was so, like the shimmers were just so crumbly and they just like went all over the place. And the mattes, like there was so much fall off in the pan, it just didn't really sit right. Look at this. I've used this shade, this shade, this shade, and these ones here, and there's literally no fall off in the eyeshadow pan. It's not went crumbly, it's not went all over the place, it just looks nice. It looks like I haven't even touched this palette. This palette, the older palette, I've used this like maybe 2-3 times, and look at the state of it. We got all this here. I had to literally dig so deep into this shade to get any pigment out of it, and there's a big hole in it because I had to literally dig my brush in so hard, and it just looks a mess. New palette, the Remastered palette, girl, you done it. So much better. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed my review on the two palettes, the comparison. Let me know in the comments what palette you prefer, and also don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you for another video.